systems, though not as much change. However, the ship feels different. While I enjoyed my time on Earth, I haven't got a chance to hear the adventures from my senior staff, which I'm sure to no avail that the counselor will be bugging me all about. I do believe that the shore leave was beneficial to the crew and myself during these long weeks, but nevertheless, I am looking forward to getting back to our roots. And Captain's log.
All right, so the first scene is actually going to take place in the named, and Bob is throwing a welcome back party for the senior staff and crew. So this would be an opportunity for everyone to role play, say what they did on shore leave, yada. So whoever wants to be in the mast, hanging out with the crew, with Bob, with each other.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, I'll sit at the bar. Don't worry, got you, Blackwell.
Blackwell will enter the royal mast looking tanned and relaxed. You'll see Casey over there and hold up his hand and smile and walk over to join him. Hi, Casey. How was?
Oh, leave was good. You look more tan than our last encounter.
Well, most of a week spent in Tuscany in the spring will do that for you. It was
I spent the week myself in the woods in Alberta. My sister was able to get some leave. It was quite refreshing. I'm ready to be back, though.
Yes, but it's always good to take a little bit of a break. He looks around. The bulkheads and overheads get a little small at times. It's nice to get out and feel the pull of natural gravity on you and see a sun in the sky.
I completely agree. After about 2 weeks on ship, I start itching for an away mission.
So the grass is going to enter. Yes, he'll take a seat right there. It's going to off by himself a little bit. I guess it's across from, what's her name? Sella. It's going to stretch out a little bit, kind of take a look around and give a little bit of a sigh. Good to be back.
Did you enjoy your leave, Commander?
I did. Actually caught up on a little bit of reading. Still reading the journals, which is always been a passion of mine, and yeah, did a little bit of hiking on the western side of the North American continent. Took a little bit of inspiration from the counselor. She seemed to talk up the hiking and the mountain climbing on that side, and figured I'd give it a try. How about yourself?
I went back to an old research base in Antarctica I used to frequent during my academy. Something about Antarctica reminds me of home.
How long has it been since you've been home?
I haven't been home since I graduated from the academy. It's been a while.
That long?
She's only a lieutenant junior grade, so.
Well, okay. Then I'll change my response and say, well, that's understandable. Career in Starfleet can take you away from your home world and your friends and family for a good long while. So take some advice, though, from somebody who's been in the service for a while. Try to get back soon.
I do have a few days of leave I'm building up. I might just do that.
Good. Well, would you like to celebrate our return with a drink?
She holds up an empty glass. And Dorian Ale, please.
I guess that'll be 2. I will be right back. And DeGrasse will walk up to the bar, get the Andorian Ale, and return and, just make sort of polite chit chat.
Blackwell will turn to Bob. Did you get that case of Tuscan wine for the captain's table? I had been.
He'll lead in closer. I did. It's in Cargo Bay 3.
Excellent. Looking forward to seeing what the captain thinks of Earth wines. I know she enjoys a glass from time to time, and Tuscany is still one of the greatest wine-producing regions on.
I'm more of a Chateau Picard man.
I got a few bottles of Chateau Picard back here.
I'll save that for a special occasion.
I'll keep one aside just for you, Lieutenant.
Well, thank you very much.
Blackwell will wander over to one of the replicators and replicate a hot pastrami and Swiss on rye and some chips with a nice deli pickle, and munch and just have a cup of coffee while everybody's talking.
And DeGrasse will eye that with interest, for he is also a sandwich connoisseur.
But you're right, it's good to be back. I've had a couple of ideas about Braytac syndrome that I'd like to try out in the med labs. We'll see. And plus, I still want to get together with Marora on that survival suit. It'll be coming so handy on the Archon moon, assuming any of the quote-unquote life forms there were actually human instead of Archon puppets or bioroids.
Bob, my usual.
Right away, Captain. And he pours you a drink of your usual.
Casey will sort of stand up and come to attention.
At ease, Lieutenant.
Good to see you, Captain.
Good to see you too. I trust leave was adequate, or well, at least refreshing.
Certainly refreshing. I think the only adequate leave is retirement, Captain.
Pray that never comes, Lieutenant.
He just chuckles.
How about you, Captain? Did you enjoy the break from the center chair?
I found it stimulating. Though my leave didn't start right away. Had a little event that happened on Earth before I could find a nice quiet place.
Yeah, I heard something about that, although I was deliberately staying off the news feeds. Some sort of terrorist.
Something along those lines, yes. Luckily, I just happened to be in the area. Was able to help defuse the situation. Had a little bit of help with the Kismet crew, though I also did a little favor for Captain Grennan.
Kismet. Is there any word on Commander Pinn's?
Last I checked, he was scheduled for clean bill of health.
Excellent.
He did undergo some major surgery, but
Well, that last blast from the Archon Bioroid was not at all set to stun. I was lucky to be able to stabilize him, but Starfleet Medical is a place to be for those kind of injuries. I'm happy to hear that he's going to be back to full efficiency soon. He was his leadership was quite extraordinary under this.
When I was carrying... go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
When I was carrying him out of that infernal bunker, quite frankly, I didn't think he'd make it. I'm very glad to hear that he's making such a good recovery.
Well, he has a promising career ahead of him. That's for sure. If you excuse me, gentlemen, I'm going to mingle a little bit.
And finishing off his sandwich, Blackwell picks up his tray. As for me, I'm headed back to sickbay. Lord only knows what the staff has done while I've been away. Probably rearranged everything, as he mutters as he wanders off to put his tray in the reclamator and head.
All right, Captain is mingling. Casey's still at the bar. Nadan entered and looks like took up a seat next to DeGrasse.
Lieutenant Nadan, how have you been?
Good. I was my first opportunity to play the tourist around Earth, so I took in a few geological attractions in the continent of North America, so it was very fun and quite spectacular.
Oh, definitely. I had the opportunity to view a few myself, actually. I was on the western side of that continent. What was your favorite?
The Long Valley Formation. The region, I believe, is the what was called California is called California. I'm out of date on my Earth geography.
DeGrasse is going to lean forward and sort of whisper, to be honest, it's really only meaningful to Terrans, so no worries. I know what you're talking about. He's going to lean back.
The
Say,
other,
well,
I didn't get a chance to, but next time I would like to take in the Deccan Traps Formation. I'm told that's also equally fascinating, but almost on the polar opposite end of the planet. So,
well, there's a lot to explore on Earth. Compared to a lot of the other planets in the Federation, they have a wide range of different climates and different climate zones throughout the planet. So, whereas some planets might be entirely or mostly desert and others mostly forested, Earth has a very wide range. So, it's very interesting.
what part did you take in while you were on Earth?
Oh, I took some advice from the counselor, and as I said, visited the west side of the continent. I do have to say my favorite might have been the canyons out west, specifically Antelope Canyon. It's very, very beautiful during this time of year. But I'm not a geologist, so I guess I found a lot of draw in the beauty as opposed to, any of the scientific factors of the geology.
I enjoy myself best when I can appreciate both. So,
Understood.
I can definitely see the appeal in just taking in the scenery.
Understood.
Do you hike much, or is it mostly touring?
So DeGrasse is going to chortle a little bit and say, I tried my hand at hiking. Tried to get a little more used to the dry climate as he remembers back to almost passing out from dehydration.
Sounds like there's a
say,
story there.
For another time, Nadine. But let's just say I didn't have the counselor here to save me this time, so I took it a little easier during leave. DeGrasse is going to look down at his drink, notice it's gone, and say, "Are you drinking?"
No, thank you. I enjoyed some of the Californian wines a little too much while I was on break and trying to reestablish a sense of moderation.
I definitely understand that. Well,
they do have some beautiful wineries in that region.
So I've heard. Do have to say, I'm a fan of the harder earth alcohols a little bit, more than maybe some of the wines or, other inhaled kind of half, put a little twinge on it, diluted alcohols. But I've heard they're very nice if you're into wines.
That's fair. I haven't tried any of the harder earth style alcohols yet. Well, aside from, I think there was the whiskey we had together a while back.
He'll kind of smile and say, "Yeah, that's looking forward to having that again. Maybe Casey might know where to get some." He'll kind of glance over at Casey. Turn back to Nadon and say, well, are you ready to be back?
Yep, I think so. It was a good break, but it's just as good to get back into the swing of things. Routine has its own appeal.
Agreed. Well then, I'm gonna go refresh my drink and yeah, mingle a little bit. Nice seeing you again.
Nice seeing you. Then we'll go to the replicator and get some tea.
Any other mingling or anything anyone wants to do right now?
Blackwell's good.
DeGrasse is good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Captain to the bridge.
Prax heads to the bridge.
And DeGrasse follows.
Oops. Guess I didn't really need red alert, but yellow alert.
Ops status report.
We are receiving a distress signal from Zerilli. They're requesting any and all Federation assistance. They are mentioning something about an unknown object that has entered their solar system.
Helm, alter course, maximum warp.
Okay, I have a roll for that. Probably more for setting the course than anything. So probably a science using reason or insight. Difficulty 1, assisted by computers, con. So if someone wants to tackle the setting of the course.
Do you want to do that, Nadon?
Yep, I will do that. Is there going to be a skill check needed for that, or?
Yeah, hold on. There it is. I was looking for the wrong shit. So it'd be a con or science using reason or insight. Difficulty 1, assisted by ship's computers, con.
Okay.
Oh no. Why ship?
Right, you get 1 moment.
You wouldn't happen to have computer expertise by chance?
Sorry, what?
You wouldn't happen to have computers expertise by chance? It's a talent.
No. No, I do not.
Nope. I don't see it on the list. It's okay. I was hoping we get a reroll. 1 momentum, 1 threat to kill the complication.
Sure. All right. You laid in the core. You originally thought that there would be an ion field crossing your path, but you were able to successfully navigate around it and not lose any. And the ship will go into. And then I get to give the warp view screen.
Woo!
So real quick, out of game, they said there was some unknown object entering their system.
Yes.
Pesky Archon back at it again.
Let's hope not. Doctor, just gonna open comms. Dr. Blackwell.
Sickbay, Blackwell here.
Doctor, can you prepare sickbay for possible injuries?
Damn it. Will do, Captain. We'll be ready if you need us. Try not to need us.
Let's hope not, Doctor. Lieutenant Nadan, anything on long-range sensors?
I will check. I'm assuming that's going to be. Is it a con check or a science check for that?
I'm sending you something.
Okay. I see. There's a iron storm nearby causing some interference. I'm not seeing anything on the sensors due to the interference. So I can't rule out that something may or may not be there.
Very well. Lieutenant Casey, maintain yellow alert. Keep our shields up.
Aye, aye.
All right, speed of plot will plop you guys into the system. So you guys probably dropped out of warp at the edge of the system.
Lieutenant Don, could you please try and find that object? Give me a scan of the system.
That's going to be control or reason using security or science difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's sensors and whatever discipline.
Advanced sensors?
Yep, so difficulty 1. Yeah, you gain a momentum.
Yeah, Uh, Captain?
Yes, Lieutenant.
I will bring the thing up on the view screen. I'm detecting that.
Nice. Finally.
Captain?
Red alert. Are they attacking the colony?
I will do a scan to see if they are.
Ooh.
We're receiving a hail from the planet, Captain.
On screen.
I will put it on screen.
And that is who appears on screen. Starfleet vessel, are you all they sent?
We're the nearest vessel. What's your situation?
Us. So far, we're starting to evacuate our. But if that thing decides to attack, we'll lose a majority of our population. What is your plan for dealing with this threat?
The Borg usually don't engage in hostile actions unless provoked. Get your people to safety and coordinate evac. We're going to move in to investigate.
Captain, we have no military, no ground defense. We rely solely on Starfleet for our protection.
What was his name? Did I get it?
Did not give one.
Sir, please begin evacuations. We are on our way.
All right, thank you, Captain. And the transmission will cut.
Lieutenant Adan,
Yes, Captain?
are they holding stationary?
I will run the scan. Can I detect any movement of the cube?
Give me a reason science difficulty 2. We'll make a complication range 2. Assisted by sensor science.
Can I assist with that scan?
Sure.
Okay.
With the same complication range.
Okay. And you said it was what science?
Reason science.
Okay. I have a focus in sensor operations, so.
Nadan, did you roll?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It's one just above Commander DeGrasse's.
And the ship rolled. So do I got 4 successes on the table?
Five successes, I think.
Yep, there's ship. Okay.
Ship on
Yep,
the
5. Yep, I wasn't sure if that one was it or the one above it. Cool, 5 successes. So you'll get 4 momentum.
Oh shit, that's a Borg Cube.
Yes, doctor.
Welcome to
Welcome.
Roll20.
Well, I couldn't see it on the mobile app. Sorry.
Nah, no worries, no worries.
Well, you got your power back just in time. I did send you info, Nidon.
Thanks. Ah, there it is. The cube appears to be maintaining position. Looks like they recently just dropped out of warp. It doesn't appear to be disabled or otherwise malfunctioning, so as far as I can tell, it seems to be fully operational. I can't tell what may or may not be happening inside of the cube, but that is not unusual for Borg technology.
Ops. Send out a priority 1 message to Starfleet Command that we have of our location and that we have engaged the Borg.
Yes, Captain.
Helm, move us closer.
And you move closer to the ship.
Out of character here, because I didn't get a response earlier, but did the doctor and I end up receiving those awards? Because this is a situation I may want to use the ability, the metal ability. It's like a free injury avoid, I think, for the one you were talking about.
We'll cover that later.
Oh, so I can't avoid an injury. Okay.
Well, you can. You just have to do it normally.
Yeah, exactly. Normally. This is Casey's last mission, I guess.
This may be all of our last missions.
Just after the ship got renamed. See, that was the curse.
It is probably is the curse. We should have waited until afterwards. Oh boy. Ops. Open hailing frequencies. The Borg Cube.
Frequencies open, Commander.
Borg vessel. This is the Federation starship Expedition. You have violated our sovereign territory. Please leave immediately. Ops, did they receive?
I had sent them down something.
No sign of a response, Captain.
Captain, Starfleet are reporting that reinforcements are days away. But they acknowledge and are sending ships this way.
DeGrasse is going to turn to Nidon and ask, do we know if it has power?
It is powered, yes. It's fully functional. As far as I can tell, it seems they're just ignoring us, Captain.
Don, are we able, if we move the ship in closer, and are we able to get a more in-depth scan on what's going on inside the Borg Cube?
potentially being closer may be useful, but it would put us at increased risk with reinforcements quite a ways away. On the other hand, we may want to divert attention away from the colony. I'm not sure what your preferred course of action would be.
Does the colony have any evacuation vessels? They're able to get all the colonists off?
I'll send this the case.
Captain, they do have ships, but it will require a few days to get everyone off. They only have a few of them.
Helm, move us in between the Borg Cube and the planet.
Hi, Captain. I'm gonna require a maneuver check here.
Hey, an activation for Azen.
Or you can use Blackwell's favorite.
Or, yeah, Birdman.
Canone.
You can use him. He gets another activation under his belt.
Okay, so another activation. Gonna give him what do you think, Cautious Con or Daring Con?
After the canyon run out to Daring. Or
Yeah, Bold.
Or-
Yep, well, he's gonna pick up Bold Con. Alright, so what am I rolling for here?
let's go Daring Con. We'll make this a difficulty 2. Let's make this a difficulty 3.
Okay.
Assisted by engines.
Astro navigation as a focus?
No,
Okay.
because you're more maneuvering than.
Okay, so I'll give you let's give you 3 threat for 4 dice and to activate Bold. There we go. Taking us in closer, Captain.
So you guys gain 2 momentum out of that. So you'll have 1 over at the. And you are able to successfully maneuver the ship between the Borg Cube and the. You are probably hanging right above the upper layer of the atmosphere.
Since the captain had asked if we could get a better scan when we get in earlier, I will take the initiative and initiate a second scan of the cube.
All right. What are you trying to scan for?
The interior of the Borg Cube.
Any internal activities, life signs, that sort of thing.
Cool. What do I want to make this roll? Let's make this a let's go insight science. We'll make this a difficulty. I'm going to spend 2 threat and make it a complication 2, assisted by sensor science.
So the difficulty goes down by 1.
Do I
Yep,
get
so-
to use testing a theory and theory into practice because I succeeded at previous scanning checks?
What do those do?
So testing theory. One of them gives me an extra die, and the other one lowers the difficulty. Both are conditional on me having succeeded at the check previously. Be right.
I'm gonna say that this is a different scan because you're scanning for different things
Okay.
than
fair
you
enough.
did previously.
So the difficulty's 2.
Yes.
We have 6 momentum, so
Yeah, I'll add one for. I'll spend 1 momentum for an extra die.
Just need the ship. I get the momentum back.
That's very odd. It appears that the cube is lacking in any life signs. The cube itself is fully powered and fully operational. I'm just not picking up any life signs whatsoever, Captain.
intriguing. Number 1, your thoughts?
Well, could be, it could want us to think that there's nothing living or at least partially living on board. So they could be blocking our scans. But based on all my reading, I've never known the Borg to not react to outside stimuli and just drift. Based on the available evidence, it looks like we have a fully operational Borg Cube without anything on board. My recommendation might be to send a small away team, see if we can beam onto it and see what's going on. Although, Captain, as you know, that would be highly, highly dangerous.
Agreed. Assemble away team. Take all precautions necessary. If you need to beam over
Understood.
in EVA suits, I recommend you do so.
Agreed. Agreed, Captain. So, de Grasse is going to take, let's see here, Casey, Nidan, and who's our resident engineer now that Marora is not?
Sokolov, I think.
Or Knight.
What?
Yeah, or Knight.
It's pretty good on transporter. We might need to beam off pretty quickly. Let's take Sokolov. And then, do we have a red shirt available we can take?
We can take probably Kota.
Alrighty. That's unless you guys have any other thoughts. Additionally, we'll take EVA suits. I'm on the fence as to whether I want to take phaser rifles or not.
Yeah, phaser rifles.
That's gonna cost us that's gonna be an escalation cost.
Okay.
If I may, the atmosphere in the cube does appear to be something that can support life. It is breathable.
The other flip side of that is where did they go? Or if they're still on there and they're dead, what killed them? I would probably prefer to pay on the side of caution if it even is. If we have to pay for the opportunity cost for that, I would suggest we do that.
I agree. If we get over there and we find, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the atmosphere, we could always take them off. But till then, let's be cautious. Yeah, so we'll take that crew. We'll take environmental suits, and then we'll just take our standard phasers.
I mean, you could probably have the 2 security officers take the Type 3. That's only going to be opportunity cost of 2. It just did. The escalation cost is going to be 2 for that. It also depends on what Ed's going to waive and offer opportunity cost and whatnot.
So, I mean, if we do that, and it's 2 escalation points, like, how does that impact the game?
It gives Ed 2 points of threat.
Gotcha.
But you only pay the cost once, right? So if we had 2 points of threat, couldn't we equip the entire away team with phaser rifles?
Well, there's an opportunity cost involved too, but we got a lot of momentum, honestly. So you're taking DeGrasse, Casey, Coda, Boris. Anybody else?
Nidon as well.
So you're only taking the 1 security grunt?
Yeah, I mean, the thinking being that, I mean, if anything does go down, we're running.
Fair.
So we're beaming off as quickly as possible. All right, well, in that case, yeah, let's take two phaser rifles. 1 for KC and 1 for the grunts.
So I get stuff and escalation cost
You do.
and opportunity cost, I believe. Making me open books today.
Okay, Prax, you want Coda or Boris? I can do a bad Russian accent with Boris.
Well,
Nuclear
sounds like you just found your
whistles.
character.
Do what?
Yeah, looks like Prax is taking Coda. So, Russians, all you.
All right, then it'll cost 2 momentum for those rifles.
Boris will be sure and grab an engineering kit.
All right, cool. So if everyone is ready and you got all the stuff you need, we're gonna need to do the good old transports. I am going to make it a difficulty 4. And complication range 2. We needed Boris and
Do what now?
Nadam.
Ah.
Cool. Just need the roll.
I can roll for Knight. Now, you said it was a difficulty 4, complication 2?
Yep.
Okay, transporter and replicator focus?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. I will spend... I'll go with 3... No, I'll save some momentum, I guess, for... Or, it'll probably be a scene change, so should I burn this momentum?
Yeah, I say go for it.
Alright, 4 momentum. 3...
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
she
no,
has
don't
4.
worry.
Sorry.
I was gonna do the last dice with Actually, no. I'm doing this wrong. So I'll spend 1 threat for the 3rd dice, and then the 4 momentum for 5 dice. That works out, right?
So it'd be 6 altogether if you're trying to buy a total of 5.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I'll spend 2 threat then, and all of our momentum. That was her
Dear
stats.
God. So it's difficulty 3 then? Yeah.
Difficulty 4.
Sensors engineering.
Oh yeah. Right.
So you got 6 momentum out of that. Dear God.
Nice.
There will be a scene change though once I find the appropriate noise. I don't have Borg ambient noise. But you guys beam onto the Borg Cube, and everything's still powered. You still get the green glow of the alcoves. You still get the mist from the hallways, but it is eerily quiet. There's no Borgs. There's no drones walking around. There's no drones in the alcoves. Nothing.
Can I
DeGrasse
pull
is going to
my
look around.
tricorder and start scanning?
What are you scanning for?
For right now, I'm scanning for any biological or chemical hazards.
All right. Difficulty 2. Reasons. Or yeah.
Complication range of 1.
Yep.
Okay. It appears the air is clean.
Boris will make a scan looking for any like power diversion to a specific place, any fluctuations in power, see if there's, it's being rerouted to somewhere, and just kind of get a map of power usage of aboard the cube.
Insight engineering difficulty
What was the difficulty?
3.
Okay, I don't think I have. Electroplasma systems as a focus? EPS systems?
I'll give it to you at increased complication range.
3's difficult enough. So, okay, I'm not going to use a focus then. I'll spend 3 momentum for 4 dice.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. Barely.
Give this to the die.
Commander, it would appear that most of the power has been routed to the transwarp coils.
Interesting. Do you know how far away we are from the coils?
Jim? Scanning. Yes, Commander. It appears there are several located throughout the ship. Nearest one is 1,000 meters this direction.
Well, DeGrasse is going to look around. Feel free to lead the way. We'll follow you.
Boris looks a little bit wide-eyed and then kind of nervously nods, and using the tricorder as a guide, kind of takes point.
All right. So you guys are walking through the Borg ship. Again, it's still powered. Everything's still aglow. You still have not spotted a single Borg drone at all. Boris, give me fitness security.
Wah, wah.
Difficulty 2.
You said 2. I'll give you a momentum for a 3rd die. Wah, wah.
So I believe you guys should be at 1 momentum.
I think so.
All right, Boris, as you're walking and as you are just about to approach the transwarp coil, you are struck by a force field and knocked to the ground.
Ah!
You will take 2 points of stress.
Oh. Boże mój.
Casey will run forward and help him up.
Oh.
DeGrasse is going to say, Boris, are you okay?
Commander, that will wake you up on cold Siberian morning, I tell you for sure.
It looked like it. Everyone else, be on the lookout. Evidently, even if there aren't any Borg on board this Borg Cube, there might be some other traps waiting for us. Let's proceed slowly. So are we at the transport coil?
Yeah, but it's behind the force field.
Gotcha.
Boris will see if he can determine where the if any of the force field generators or power conduits are on our side of it, or we can maybe access them, shut it down.
Give me a insight engineering difficulty 1.
Okay, let's just roll that. EPS systems is focus.
No.
Okay.
Or increased difficulty, I should say.
Well, I rolled it straight and got it. So.
Right. You do notice an access panel for the force field generators, just to the side of the bulkhead.
Okay, I will scan it to see make sure that it's not protected by another force field, or if I can detect traps.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, and we'll open the maintenance panel. Let me see if I can disable the force field from here. So yes, I will attempt to shut down the force field.
All right, this will be a control or daring using engineering or security. Difficulty will be 4.
I'm going to be using control and engineering for sure. Let me look.
I could be persuaded to give you an easier extended task as well.
I'm just double checking to see if there's anything in the standard kit that might help. Okay. Yeah, let's do an extended task. Commander, I think I can shut down the force field, but it may take a minute or two.
Well, see to it, and let me know if you'd like a hand with that.
Aye, sir. I would appreciate the assistance.
All right, there's the task I just put up in chat.
Diff 2, work 12, mag 3, resist once, comp 3. Ooh, that's a heck of a complication range you got there.
The comp would be triggering security systems.
All right.
So it's your choice which direction you want to go. You could do the difficult task in one shot, which will, would not alert security, or you could try that where you might have a shot at alerting them.
Well, I say we risk the extended task. Thank you.
Agreed.
Okay, comp 3. Let's see, I'll give you, starting off difficulty 2. I'll give you the last momentum for a third die using control engineering. Got it, but there's a complication on it.
I will allow 1 assist also.
Okay. Computers as a focus?
At an increased at an increased complication range, because it is unfamiliar technology.
Wow, we are really
Sure.
behind on Boris's activations and stuff.
Yeah. No, I won't use the focus in that case.
All right, so you guys got 1 momentum. And then there is a complication on the tape.
Could we use the momentum to neutralize the complication?
And I'll take a threat share.
Okay.
Roll me 6 challenge dice, please.
Dog, you cannot dig through the carpet. Okie dokie, 6 challenge dice.
Right now you are at 4 work.
All right, we've got a
Or
resistance.
3 work currently. And you guys are out of momentum.
Okay. Think there's anything I can do about that. Unless you want me, since Boris technically should have gotten something, we activated him. If you let me give him in the nick of time, which will give us more work.
You activated Boris previously, right? Like this is not his first actual.
Yeah,
time.
we're
Should be his
actually
third
we're
or
actually
fourth.
behind on giving him stuff. We've
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's got 2 empty slots, including today's.
Yeah, go for it. Go give him whatever you want.
Okay, so we'll say you had in the nick of time, which for whenever you succeed at engineering a science as part of an extended task, you score 1 additional work for every effect.
Cool.
So that would be 6, so 5 work, so that's 1 breakthrough anyway.
Yep. I believe that's how it looks now.
Yep. Okay, just updating this character sheet. We'll give him the next thing after this. Okay, difficulty 1, work 7, mag 2, resistance 1, comp 3. Okay. So I'm just going to roll this straight. Okay.
Yeah, so we just need DeGrasse with the assist. Cool. Get 2 momentum. Roll 6 challenges.
There we go. 2, 4,
Nice.
6. So that's 10 with nick of time minus.
And then, so Boris fiddles with the control panel, and in a nice green glow, the force field comes.
It's possible, Commander.
Excellent work. All right. Well, let's see what this has in store for us. And DeGrasse is going to, I'm assuming, walk into the room.
Yep. Yep. So you guys walk into where one of the transwarp coils is. The transwarp coil, of course, still has its own personal shielding on it, as well as a physical cover. But you're inside the little chamber where it's at. And then, like, on the wall, there's computer terminals. Still no drones in your vicinity.
So we've still got to get through what to get to the transwarp controls?
The controls are just on the wall.
Oh, okay.
The coil itself, if you're trying to steal that, is inside stuff.
So DeGrasse is going to take a tricorder out and just do a quick scan of the transwarp coil, looking for, I mean, if it's overloaded, or I know it's unfamiliar technology, but if there are anything peculiar about it, that sort of thing. Well, Boris, looks like it's going through a round of test and maintenance. Looks like it's cycling through that after the transwarp jump. Ed, how long ago did they make that transwarp jump?
Give me insight engineering or insight con, whichever is higher. We'll make this a difficulty 1.
Okay.
Make it a moment.
Well, and it looks like, best I can tell, it made the jump about 5 hours ago, roughly when we received the distress call.
But where are the Borg, sir?
It's a $10,000 question, Boris.
Is the diagnostic in some sort of a continuous loop? Or does it look like standard?
GM?
For a momentum.
Nah. Want to keep all this momentum we can. Afraid to say I don't know, Boris.
Boris will look, because he's paranoid. This is a new personality trait. Boris will look to see if somehow this diagnostic thing he's doing, if maybe this is some sort of countdown and it's automatically going to re-engage and suck it back from whence it came, or anything like that.
For the momentum.
That's a great question, so let's burn it.
All right, so you specifically asked, is it on a tight countdown to go again?
Yeah, like basically I'm wondering if this, this diagnostic, since there's no Borg here, if this diagnostic is running somehow, that once it's done, it will return to where it's come from, or make some other jump. If it's kind of set on automatic somehow. Commander, this looks like a standard procedure after transwarp. I do not know where the Borg are, though. But does not seem to be countdown of any kind. It's just standard diagnostic.
Well, that's reassuring. It's good to have that one checked off the list, at least. Grass going to look around a little bit. Tap his comm badge. Say away team to Monarch.
Go ahead.
It's back.
I had to switch to my headset.
Nice. Captain, we've looked around and we can confirm that there don't appear to be any life forms on board. No drones. The ship is completely operational. Security countermeasures, transwarp, everything. Life support. We don't know what happened down here.
And there's no signs of any bodies or I hate to say this, but residual parts. Did the Borg smash into the cube with the inertial dampeners going offline or something like that?
Nothing that we can see. Everything appears to be intact. Looks like they just vanished.
There should be some logs on the Borg Cube. See if you can access them and figure out where the ship has been and what happened to its crew.
Understood, Captain. We'll let you know when we find anything. Way team out. DeGrasse is going to pause, turn to Boris and say, Boris, how much do you know about transwarp technology?
Unfortunately, not a lot, Commander. He's not exactly courses at Starfleet Academy. This is my first encounter with Borg vessel. It's fascinating, but it will take time to master technology.
So I know that the Federation experimented with transwarp technology at a certain point.
That Excelsior class. My accent's all over
Yes.
the place.
Ed, I mean, is that pretty arcane, or would DeGrasse maybe know something about that through his scientific studies?
And Boris does have warp core mechanics, but I don't know how much that would help with transwarp.
So what is the exact question?
We're trying to see if we know anything about transwarp technology, even theory.
If you're an engineer with a focus in any type of warp field dynamics, you're probably familiar with the science behind it, but not so much the technology.
Commander. Scientific theory is clear, but the Federation has never managed to successfully implement transwarp technology. The first attempts on USS Excelsior, as you know, did not work out well.
Well, I do remember reading a little about it, but
I mean,
it's intriguing.
I can show you the theoretical math, but as to practical application, the Borg are beyond us on this one.
They're beyond us on a lot of things, unfortunately. Do you remember anything about anything that could go wrong during a transwarp jump? Would that cause maybe life forms to vanish from a craft?
GM?
There's nothing that comes in your memory of this happening. No reports you read, no stories.
Yet, Commander, I have heard of no such incidents. Perhaps Lieutenant Nedan? Do you know anything about transwarp?
I'm afraid it's not within my area of focus. Never studied transwarp in great detail.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can do about accessing the logs. Even with this technology, let's do the best we can do. Boris, let's you and me try to see what we can access.
Da.
Okay. So you're trying to access Borg logs. Trying to give you a proper difficulty here. We'll make it a difficulty 4. I will allow you guys to assist each other. We'll go ahead and make this control engineering or control security. Security could be relevant here as well.
Okay, Boris is rolling a 15 with control engineering.
And just because I have it, we will go ahead and make this a complication range of 3.
Complication range of what?
3.
And Code is rolling a 15 with control security.
What's Casey have with that?
Control security.
Yeah.
Should be 16. Yeah,
I
16.
mean, in all actuality, I will let control anything fly at this point. Control security, control science, control.
What's your control science look like, Nadon?
Mine is pretty good. At least for the science part of it. Grand total of 15.
17. Oh wait, no, I was looking at reasons. 15, yeah.
So it sounds like Casey's got the highest score with control security to take lead.
Yeah, I'm good to do that.
And how many assists are you going to allow? Nadon can get a free question, Prax points out. Maybe.
Oh. Nice.
She gets it from position. From her position, she gets it when she makes scans using anything. I know that because I'm a science officer.
So would she get it for this?
Yeah, because she would be using her position to do that.
Nadon, are you joined?
No.
Okay.
But I will point out that any assist will be the main role stats.
Ah, clever.
Huh.
Well, we have 2 security people here right now. I don't know if that makes a difference, but
We have 2 science people too.
yeah, so I guess either.
Yeah.
I say let the science types. And maybe Nadon leading for the free question.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Go for it.
All right, control security, and you guys can decide how many assists you want, but keep in mind it is a complication range 3, so more dice, more chances.
Wait, I thought we were doing control science.
Science?
Yeah, it controls science, but the complication is still 3.
I'm trash at science, so it'd only be 12 for me.
I mean, Boris has got a 14, so he's not terrible. So he could, if you allow a second assist, he can.
Yeah,
jump in.
I'll allow as many numbers of assists as you guys want.
Maybe just a question, all, Boris.
You're all trying to. You basically, how I see it is, you're all trying to look.
Well, that sucks.
I will not allow that roll because you guys haven't figured out exactly what you're rolling yet.
Oh, okay.
And any if you want to buy dice or not.
That's fair.
And determination and whatnot.
So
right.
I would probably, you may want to spend your determination on this.
and roll
Yeah,
3 dice, and then the rest of the assists should help with that. If everyone rolls 1 assist.
makes sense. Do we want to spend some momentum for extra dice as
We
well?
have no momentum, so you're gonna have to give the GM 2 threat.
Oh, that's not. Unless people think it's worth it.
Oh, it's worth it. He's only got 7.
Is that sarcasm?
No, I play in Praxis games. I'm just used to threat levels of 16 and higher.
Yeah. 7 threat is nothing for a GM.
Fair enough.
Fair.
We're already on a Borg Cube, I guess. So I guess another one could warp in when we get up to like 20.
So
Yeah, please.
I think she has a value for this. Looking in her sheet. She's been her determination on.
Yeah. The collaborative problem solving one. I'll spend determination on that one.
Yeah, I believe this would fit. This is very much a collaboration.
Okay, so I guess I will spend 2 threat to get a die and spending my determination. So that should bring me to a total of 4.
Yep,
Okay.
you'll still only roll 3. The other one is considered to already have rolled a natural 1.
That makes sense.
Before you roll, though, who is assisting?
DeGrasse will assist.
And Boris will assist since he's not terrible with science.
Koa can assist. Should be rolling a 13 though.
Just so I know who I am forcing to roll dice, no matter the outcome of hers. So all but Casey then?
And the security grunt.
Oh, you're not gonna like Kota to roll?
Yeah, Coda can help. She's got a 13.
Okay.
And she's got a 13 in it.
Then near that, but yeah, I haven't looked. Yep. I'll sit this one out. I only have a 12.
Cool. Control signs for everyone, except for Casey.
I'll just stay in guard, I guess.
Nice.
That's
Very
better.
nice.
Wow.
Oh,
Nat 20.
Yeah.
sad face.
All right, it's 5, 6, 7. You have 7 successes. The difficulty was 4. So you get
Yes.
3 momentum.
2 to kill the comp.
Yeah.
So you're at 1.
Yep.
I will post this in general chat because pretty much everyone will have access to it.
Can you be more specific about lost?
I don't think I can be.
Okay.
I think that's part of the mystery.
Is of these several hundred systems, is there any apparent pattern or commonality between these several hundred systems?
I will accept the question.
That's a good one.
Oh. Cool.
Here's a thought. I don't know if this is gonna be. This is almost probably metagaming in a way, but we can spend momentum. GM, are we aware from like the stuff from Unimatrix from Voyager?
Hughes Rebellion. That's not Voyager, though.
No, it's something else.
So the Federation is in constant contact currently with the Midas Array was already successful, and they're in semi-regular contact with them.
So I guess the question is this Borg linked to the collective? Like still linked? Like I'm just wondering if the Borg individuals were stopping and going back to their home planets is what I'm wondering.
Now, what is this Voyager thing you're talking about?
So in Unimatrix, there is it's essentially it was a sub matrix in the collective when Borg went into their slumber. Some Borg had this anomaly, and they literally remembered everything, and could kind of exist in that virtual reality, interact with each other through across the collective.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they wake up, they remember nothing else. And then some of them figured out a way to communicate, and they started up pretty much a rebellion, and kind of had a little Borg mini civil war in a way.
Okay, thanks.
So I'm just wondering if this is related or not.
Part of the mystery.
Voyager is the one show I haven't seen in its entirety, so.
Commander, if this cube is no longer inhabited, this could be an incredible opportunity for Federation engineers and scientists to reverse engineer some of the Borg technology. We could finally crack transwarp barrier. Yeah, and at this point, Boris starts recording everything. Just.
Oh, and DeGrasse left just as you gave that wonderful speech.
Oh, crap.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
All right, now you have to replay the speech.
Oh, God.
Wait, what happened?
Boże moi. Commander, if this cube is uninhabited, this is incredible opportunity for Federation scientists and engineers. We could finally crack the transwarp barrier. And Boris just starts recording everything.
Well done, Boris.
Thanks.
Huh. Well, thanks for repeating it. Yes. And on that note, actually, let's take as many scans as we possibly can. We might be the only crew potentially in the galaxy to be inside of a Borg cube unopposed. So let's be sure to record as much as we can.
I will start doing that immediately.
Okay, everyone, roll me insight security as you're going around scanning. Everyone roll me insight security difficulty 3. Nothing bad is going to happen if you fail. It's to notice stuff.
It's difficulty what?
3.
This is not
Okay.
going to go well for Boris.
Observation for a focus.
Yes.
And I'm going to generate 1 threat for an extra dice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Wow. Yeah, just
2 momentum out of that.
Nice, Nadon.
Ouch.
Commander, watch out for that. Oh, that bee.
Is that everybody?
Yeah.
It is.
All right, I got to type something up and then I got to send it to someone. or to 2 people.
I guess we'll kill the complication. For,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm just oblivious to.
Yeah,
Whatever,
like I said,
you know.
this was to notice something, and you could just say DeGrasse hit his head on something, and that's the complication. It's not.
That's not out of
Ouch.
character.
Ouch.
Okay, so Nadon and Casey passed, right?
Yes.
All right, so the way I see it, Nadon and Casey kind of went off together, and notices at the. There's 1 and 2.
I'll move in to investigate.
You are correct in your assessment. Yeah, so it looks like you know, like food wrappers, trash, you know, that you might see, you know, lying around a city or something.
Huh.
So yeah, I'll
You know,
Move in
like a
closer.
food wrapper, ration bot, you know, like ration wrappers, you know, like stuff like that.
MREs.
You know, maybe a discarded fruit core, you know.
Wait, aren't the Borg fed like by injection?
I think that's the mystery, Lieutenant.
You are correct with that, though, Nadam.
Yeah. Is everyone hearing me okay? I have a really weak connection on my end.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Loud and clear. And right now, you 2 are the only ones that notice this.
Okay. I'll batch back to the commander. Commander DeGrasse, this is Casey.
Go ahead, Casey.
We've found something quite unusual. It appears that there's discarded food wrappers and other waste here in one of the regeneration alcoves. Obviously not consistent with what we know about the Borg.
Arnaud, you're joking.
Negative, Commander. There is food here on this cube.
We'll be right there to investigate. In the meantime, Lieutenant Nadon, can you take some scans of the garbage? Let me know if you notice anything, well, even more interesting.
Yes. So I'll scan the garbage more closely.
Give me insight science. Let's make this a difficulty.
Difficulty what? Sorry?
Difficulty 1.
Can I assist?
No.
And is the complication range?
Goes back to 1.
Okay. Huh. The garbage is relatively fresh. Probably at most of half a week old.
Casey will walk up. Can I like identify where this came from? Like where they might have gotten this food?
You don't recognize its origins.
Okay. So most in that case, like most likely not Federation.
No.
Okay.
At this point, probably the rest of the away team, whoever was coming over, probably gets.
Why would the Borg want to consume food?
Coda, I highly doubt the Borg were consuming rations.
What if they had broken from programming and where biological sides were taking over, and so they had to eat again?
It's possible. Medan? Well, I guess at this point she's already informed us that the wrappers are a little bit old, or like pretty recent actually. Yeah. Well, team, any theories? We've heard the Borg consuming food theory. I would like to hear if anyone else might have an explanation for this.
Perhaps they were no longer part of the collective.
Could someone have captured or discovered empty cube and learned how to pilot it? But then where are they?
Yeah, there didn't appear to be a pattern to the transwarp jumps.
Well, didn't they deposit several individuals on several different systems?
It's a great question. We actually don't know if they deposited individuals. We just know that they lost crew at each stop.
Correction, GM. Like you. Yeah, because they traveled to several hundred of systems using the transwarp and lost crew each stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can we like check with the colony to see if they've had any like if any Borg or even unusual not Borg have showed up at the colony?
You guys are in perfect communication with everything, so.
Well, let's see if the captain can speak with the colony. The grass taps his comm badge. Away team to Expedition.
Go ahead, wait team.
Captain, we've found something extremely unusual here on the cube. There appear to be rations of some kind, biological rations that have been consumed relatively recently. In addition, we've checked the logs and we've noticed that the Borg Cube has made multiple stops on its journey, losing crew each time, and it appears to be hopping around to habitable planets at each point. We were wondering if you could reach out to the colony below and have a conversation, see if they've detected any unusual transporter signals, seen anything unusual on the colony below, anything that could give us a clue.
You're saying that the cube might have transported individuals already down to the surface?
I'm saying that unfortunately we don't know at this point.
Very well, I will contact the colony, though I'm sure they're in a panic still.
Well, then that means their eyes are going to be on their systems. At least, hopefully they have been, as they've been evacuating. So, thank you, Captain.
So yeah, the captain's going to ask ops to hail the colony.
And this charming gentleman appears back on the view screen. Yes, Captain, we are still frantically trying to evacuate. Please tell us you have good news.
Yes and no. There appears to be no one on board the Borg Cube. However, have you noticed any additional individuals have beamed down?
Sorry, Captain, we have been busy with our evacuation to notice any unusual transports. Our sensors have not read any. But a Borg in town square would be easy to spot.
Indeed, but they may no longer be Borg or not Borg at all.
How is that possible?
Is the further the mystery, Minister.
I will talk to our local leaders and see if anything unusual has appeared. But in the meantime, we will continue our evacuation efforts.
Understood. We'll keep you informed.
And he closes.
So, Boris, we'll see, looking over the data we gleaned from, if there's any record of any drones transporting down to the Zerillian colony.
Everyone that's on the Borg Cube, roll me Insight Security. Difficulty will make.
What did you say the difficulty was?
2.
Take a threat for Coda.
A threat for Casey as well. Observation as a focus.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys gain 1 moment. Just need Nadon.
Expedition 218.
Away team here.
Commander, the colony leader hasn't noticed anything out of the ordinary, at least no Borg drones. He is checking with the other leaders on the colony to see if they haven't noticed anything.
Well, thank you, Captain.
You're still to proceed with caution, Commander.
Understood. The mystery deepens. Thank you.
Just need Nadon to.
I think she might be AFK.
Dope. do 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 do.
I'll roll for her.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone's here for this next part. Cool. So everyone except for Nadan and Boris, you guys hear the telltale signs of a Borg drone walking up behind you toward your section.
Kota immediately turns and aims her weapon. Commander, we have incoming.
Casey will also spin around his shoulder his Type 3.
And in the
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
and in the hallway, coming through the dense fog from the bottom of the ground, appears one Borg drone. And we will move to next scene. All right. So there you are, pointing weapons at your Borg.
Commander, what do we do?
How far away is the drone?
Medium range.
Does it look like it's seen us yet?
Yeah. Upon viewing you, it stopped in its tracks.
Is there any cover nearby?
You could take cover behind alcoves and for partial cover.
So at this point, it's just stopped looking at us?
It stopped walking down the hallway. Or down the passage.
Boris will step slightly forward and say, "Hello?"
Who are you? Why are you here? It says in the mechanical Borg voice.
What's Boris's rank? It's an ensign, right, or lieutenant?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
Yeah, lieutenant.
Lieutenant, you need to step aside.
He's not acting like usual Borg, Commander. What kind of Borg even talks?
Coda, Casey, hold your fire temporarily. So DeGrasse is going to turn to the Borg and say, well, I was hoping you could tell us what you were doing here.
The drone thinks for a second. I think I used to live here.
Where do you live now?
It just kind of looks at you with that.
How long have you been here?
I think I always was here.
It's a Vorlon. Shoot it.
DeGrasse is going to take a leap of faith, throw this one out there, and ask, what is your name?
I don't remember my name.
Fair enough. DeGrasse is going to turn to Casey. say, Casey, how much do you know about potentially stunning a Borg?
Well,
Go ahead.
normal stun setting on a phaser will work until they adapt their personal shields. I think I have a shot if you want me to try and stun them, Commander. But they don't seem to be hostile.
Porus will say, well then, what is your designation?
Designation.
Like, in case of, number of number is kind of the usual Borg designation.
I don't remember a designation.
Commander, maybe he could tell us what happened to the rest of the crew.
I agree. Casey, Coda, be on guard. Set your phasers to stun. The reason I asked is because I don't want to kill this one if at all possible, even if it becomes hostile.
Casey is, at this point, lowered his weapon just to the low ready.
DeGrasse is going to say, do you know where the others are?
The others. They are home.
Where is home?
Not here.
Down below?
Other places.
Where's
And
home
then-
for you?
And then when he says other places, he moves to a panel and pulls up a random planet. Borg designation 51338. 4 of 6 transferred there 3 days. Then he pulls up another one. Borg designation 97883. Federation classification Zerilia. My home.
Are you the last one here?
Affirmative.
She kind of looks in the Dawn. Is he Zerillian? Or does he look like Zerillian?
It's hard to tell with the Borg technology exactly what race, but a scan might know.
Hey Don, let's take a quick scan. See what we can find out about this one.
Let's go Reason Science difficulty 3.
You have 3 momentum. Did Nidon go AFK again?
No, I was wondering what the complication range is.
Just one.
Since difficulty is 3, does anyone mind if I spend a extra momentum?
Not at all.
Okay, I will do so for an extra die. Ah. crap.
The best you could tell is that it is Cerulean.
Okay. It does appear to be Cerulean. Is there any way to tell how recently it came here?
Not with the technology you currently have.
Okay.
It would require more in-depth tissue analysis.
I will ask it if I could have its permission to take a tissue sample to help it figure out what happened.
I will comply.
I will take a tissue sample for later analysis.
Let's go ahead and give this a control science. Difficulty will be 1. Complication range, I will make 4.
So control science difficulty. What was the difficulty?
1.
Okay.
Complication 4.
Okay. Yes.
You successfully retrieve a tissue sample from his arm. Or I probably more hand than anything.
All right. And I will retreat to a safe distance as soon as the tissue sample is taken. I don't have the necessary equipment to analyze this here, but when we return to our ship, we will analyze it and see if we can assist you in determining what happened here.
I understand.
I will package the tissue sample for safekeeping. Actually, Commander, could we have this sample transported to the lab for analysis? Those on the
absolutely.
ship can get started.
Absolutely, Lieutenant.
All right. Should I make the request, Commander, or should you?
Feel free to.
Very well. Nidan to Captain Prax.
Go ahead, Nadan.
I have a sample of a semi-functional Borg drone to return to the ship for further analysis, specifically looking for potential age of assimilation and any other abnormalities from previous Borg samples that are on file with Starfleet, if possible.
You found a Borg drone. That's curious. Is it still active?
Yes, but it does not appear to be fully functional in that it does not appear to have full access to its memory banks and is definitely not acting like most Borg drones I have read about. Admittedly, it is my first time encountering the Borg. But from everything I have heard, they seem to default to hostility, and this one does not seem to be exceedingly hostile.
Is it still in contact with the collective?
I do not know that, Captain. Are you aware of a way of determining that?
The only way to find out if you ask it.
Very well. I will look at the drone and say, "Are you presently in contact with the collective?"
Stand by. I gotta grab a date here. What the hell's the bloody start date for that? Memory Alpha, you are failing me. The one time I need Memory Alpha to give me a star date, it fails. Okay, perfect. We have not been in contact with the collective since 54014.4. Thanks, Rex.
You're welcome.
I will relay that to Captain Prax. Is there any special significance that I would be aware of regarding that stardate?
The drone would not know. And just kind of looks at you blankly.
Understood, Nadon. Stand by. And she's gonna page Dr. Blackwell.
Sickbay, Blackwell here.
Doctor, I need you to isolate and evac sickbay. We have a potential hazardous guest coming on board.
Understood, Captain. Do you want me? Is it necessary to evacuate the entirety of sickbay, or can I put it in an isolation chamber?
Not all non-essential personnel need to be removed from sickbay to avoid potential hazard of a Borg drone.
I'm sorry, Captain. Did you say Borg drone?
Yes, I did, Doctor.
In sickbay.
Yes, Doctor. Sickbay has the necessary quarantine facilities.
Right. I'll see to it. Blackwell out. Borg drones in sickbay.
Classic Dr. Blackwell response.
Lieutenant Nadon, prepare to you and the Borg drone be a site-to-site transport into the sickbay on board the Monarch.
Yes, Captain.
The Borg drone goes to his console again. Shields have been disabled for easy transport.
The doctor is more and more paranoid. So what's the roll?
Difficulty 3 with your advanced sensors.
Transport and replicators for the focus.
Sure can.
Just in case, we'll save it. Take a threat.
God, only 7 threat.
Re-rolling the complication.
Nice.
Gain a momentum.
Come on, ship. Do not fail.
2 momentum. And in sickbay. Doc, where do you want him?
Let's see. Where is? Yeah, there's the isolation ward. Little teeny tiny closet.
All right, and Doctor, appearing in your isolation booth is the Borg drone, and beamed outside of the chamber is.
Well, Lieutenant Ladon, you always introduce me to the most interesting people. What the hell is going on?
A malfunctioning Borg drone on a otherwise abandoned Borg cube, Doctor.
Define malfunctioning.
Not trying to kill us on first sight?
Fair enough.
Downright, by Borg standards, from what I've read, this one appears to be downright friendly and conversational.
Huh.
Our memory functions have been malfunctioning since stardate 54014.4.
Well, just stand still. This won't hurt a bit. I'm going to take a full scan.
I will comply.
You'll pardon me, Doctor. I do have a tissue sample from it. We might want to scan the tissue sample as well under some more advanced instrumentation.
Place it in one of the sterile, secure containers, just in case there are any active nanites.
Yes, Doctor. I'll go ahead and do that. And then seal up the secure container.
And be sure and undertake full decontamination procedures on your way out.
Yes, I was actually just about to ask where the decontamination station would be.
It's actually right there.
Thank you. I will go and immediately begin my decontamination.
Oh, it is there. Huh.
Yeah, I will.
Chief Counselor's office, huh?
Yeah, it's currently vacant.
So you guys are leading me what you guys want to do now?
So, yeah, first just take a scan of the Borg, full body scan.
Anything specific you're trying to learn?
Let's see, I need this book. Original species, nanite activity, level and severity of cybernetic enhancement and implants. And he's also, since he's saying he's having memory issues, definitely a brain scan.
All right, I'll give this reason or probably reason medicine. We'll make this a difficulty 3, and I'm not sure how your sick bay would play into all of this.
Okay, let me see. That's what I'm looking up here. I'm looking at the equipment. Let's get the core book. If I could find the listing for the bio bed, that gives me something. There it is. Just for surgery. Let's see. So I think I'll just use the sick bay advantage, the medical team, I think technically is what it is, advantage to reduce the difficulty if I can.
Yep, diff 2. And assisted by, it's probably assisted by sensors medicine.
Okay.
So that's probably lowered further.
It's going to be control medicine.
Yep. Or reason medicine, sorry.
Okay, reason medicine. I'll give you a momentum for cautious. Xenobiology?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. Oof. Just waiting on the ship.
You had a cautious, right?
Oh yeah, duh. Oh.
And just need chip sensors medicine. So it was at the end of the day a difficulty 1, I think. So gain 5. 2 floating, I guess.
I think it was a diff 2, down from 3.
Right, but sensors.
Ah. Nice.
I think that was what you were looking for. If I missed any, let me know.
Okay.
But I think that's what I remember.
Sick bay to bridge.
Go ahead, Doctor.
Our unexpected guest is definitely Zerillian. Looks like a few human markers here and there. The Borg nanotech is being rejected by his body. Looks like he's been taking in solid foods as necessary by the rejection of the nanotech. I can tell that it looks like a Borg implant inside the memory centers of his brain is malfunctioning, probably what's causing his memory loss.
Are you able to remove it or repair it?
I can try. I might need the assistance of an engineering specialist, however. This cybernetics is not my specialty, and this is as much machine as biology.
So to fully help this this drone, start removing implants and stuff, it's going to have to happen over multiple episodes, and I do have a extended task for that.
Okay.
Using the what the hell are they? Like the improvement rules, whatever the fuck.
Right. The scientific, not
Yeah.
method, but
Yeah.
advancements or whatever.
Yeah.
So let me read that note again. I tell the Borg that the implant located inside the memory centers of your brain is malfunctioning, which seems to be causing your memory loss. Do you know if repairing this implant will reconnect you to the collective?
The implant is not associated with what's the
Interplexing beacon.
with the interplexing beacon.
Well, that's good to know. I can try to either remove or repair the implant, but it will require surgery. In addition, I can, over time, remove the other Borg implants, restoring you closer to your original physiognomy before you were assimilated. But that choice is yours.
Repairs to this drone were attempted on 54025.9. All attempts to repair faulty implants have failed.
Do you wish me to remove these implants?
He just nods.
All right. Blackwell to Captain.
Go ahead, Doctor.
I am currently prepping for what will be a series of surgical procedures to begin removing the Borg implants. GM, will it be safe to start with the memory implant? Or is
The way I figure the memory implant is probably going to be one of the last things.
fair enough?
Because inside the brain,
Yeah.
you gotta remove all the other fail safes. It's going to be hard work for you, for him. It will not be an easy process.
Okay. Removing the memory implant, the implant in the memory centers, and hopefully allowing his brain to restore his memories and begin normal functioning will be one of the last things I'll be able to do, however. Looks like this person will be with us for some time.
Understood. Is he aware if there's any other drones on the Borg vessel?
Stand by. Are you aware of any other drones on the Borg Cube?
All others have returned to their planets of origin.
Did you read that, Captain?
Yes.
We had
Very
that list of previous destinations to which they had gone. Did we copy that?
Yeah.
Very well. We should notify those planets if the drones are more functional than this one.
The best you can tell, they're thousands of light years away.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do you have
like
contact with any of them?
no. So this specific cube traveled thousands upon thousands of light years to do its drop-offs, essentially.
Transwarp is a hell of a drug.
It is.
Captain, I'd like to call and recall Dr. McKenzie and Nurse Zatikrit and to assist me with surgery.
Very well, Doctor.
And I'll get me and my team prepped for the first surgery on the drone. What's your name, son?
We do not recall our designation.
Why not choose a temporary one?
It was not considered necessary in my case. They did not think I would survive.
Why not?
The malfunction.
Ah. Well, and I kind of study him. You look like a David to me. So, for the moment, until you remember your proper designation, I'm going to call you David.
That is acceptable.
All right. So, what is the task for the first surgery?
All right, I have it. I have it listed in the chat.
Can help driver most implant extended medical engineering task difficulty 5 controller plus engineering. So what, we're gonna do like one task an episode for a bit, or?
Yep, that is the plan. And then I figure every time magnitude is reached, some the implants would be removed, kind of like a 7 to 9.
Okay.
And then upon completion of the task, we'll have a nice little thing happen there.
Okay. Well, so for this first one, resistance 3.
But we'll get back to that.
Okay.
So you guys can do all your prepping, because there's people still on the cube. There's Prax dealing with the information. We'll come back to yours probably toward the end.
Okay.
So yeah, where would you guys like to go next?
I have directives for the away team.
Okay, we'll throw you on the bridge and do your...
Expedition to away team.
Away team here.
From my understanding, there are no other Borg drones on that vessel. I want you to figure out a way to... It was presumed that the transwarp coil was fully functional, correct?
To the best of our knowledge, it appears powered and it's currently cycling.
Find ways to potentially remove the transwarp coil without damaging it.
Understood, Captain.
And any other
Can you make any...
systems you think you can salvage?
Understood. Could you spare any engineering resources?
Yes, I think we can send over an engineering team to help you out. And that's a momentum spend to essentially give them an advantage.
For the engineering team, sure.
Yep.
Thank you, Captain.
I'm going to be contacting Starfleet. I'll let you know on their decision.
Their decision?
Whether or not
Captain?
to scuttle the Borg Cube.
In its entirety. Understood. We'll start on the transwarp coil.
And Prax is going to open a hail to Starfleet Command.
And on screen is Admiral Nea.
Admiral, well, I have good news and bad news.
Please tell me the Borg drone is destroyed?
No, the Borg Cube is intact. However, there's only one Borg drone. It appears he is no longer part of the collective, from what we can tell. Dr. Blackwell and his team are in the process of removing implants from him.
Are you sure that he is not linked to the collective?
All indications seem that this is the case. However, there is a quarantine effect around sickbay, just in case there are other things that happen.
I will leave the dealing with the drone in your capable care, Cap. What of the ship?
It is in pristine condition. I'm having my away team begin try to potentially scuttle or salvage parts from the Borg Cube, and potentially, in my judgment, we should scuttle the rest.
This is a huge opportunity for the Corps of Engineers, Cap. A fully intact Borg ship. You don't happen upon those every day.
This is true, but we also don't know any safety measures that the Borg might have.
What do you think of the risk involved in maintaining the ship, Cap? Do you think the Borg will come back for it?
There's a high probability that they would. There is no indication that the Borg Cube is not in contact with the collective. Though I'm surprised the Borg did not scuttle them themselves once they realized that drones went missing on the cube.
I will leave this decision in your capable hands, Captain. Do note that the Corps of Engineers would love to get their hands on it, but if you feel that this is too much of a risk to the Federation, do what you feel. I am not there. You have to be my eyes and ears on this, Captain.
Understood, Admiral.
I will back any decision you make. To any admiral in Starfleet.
Thank you, Admiral. Expedition out.
And the screen goes back to the Starfield, or the cube.
Expedition to away team.
Away team here, Captain.
Captain, I want you to take extreme caution on removing any equipment that you possibly can. Mainly the transwarp coils, advanced transporters, or their advanced transporter system, as well as any potential technology we could use. After that, I want a team to G-rig the Borg Cube to head towards the system's sun, to where it will be destroyed entirely.
Understood, Captain. We'll be in constant contact.
Good luck. Let me know if you need anything else.
You got it.
Expedition out. So yes, Jim, we're gonna be pirates and scuttle whatever we can and then destroy the ship. Or salvage whatever we can and scuttle it.
So I have roles. Some of the lesser technology I'm not going to make you guys roll for. Scanning stuff, downloading computer databases, all that's pretty simple. The bigger stuff, however, like physical components are going to be a gated task, meaning you have to complete 3 of them. And any complication will cause the ship to enter self-destruct. Because you're trying to remove vital ship things.
Do we know that the ship will enter self-destruct if we mess up?
You probably have a good idea from some of the Voyager reports that the engineering teams would have looked up. It's part of their advantage. They did some research.
Okay. So I guess just based on my general knowledge for DeGrasse, if the cube were to happen to blow up, would I know if that would endanger the colony at all, given how close it is to the planet?
If it's this close to if it's in orbit while you're doing this, yes, it will pose a risk to the colony.
Okay, so with that, I'll tap my comm badge. Away team to expedition.
Go ahead, wait team.
Captain, after further investigation, it looks like if we were to make a mistake, that has the potential to set the Borg Cube to self-destruct. Given how close it is to the planets, might be a dangerous situation.
Are you able
Not just
to?
for the planet either, says Kennel Nay.
Are you able to move the Borg Cube?
Well, we can certainly try. I mean, given the fact that no one has ever attempted to do this, I couldn't tell you whether we can or not, but we could use the best con officer that you can spare.
Or Borg drone?
That too.
Hold on one second, Commander. Bridge to sickbay.
Sick bay, Blackwell here.
Doctor, have you started surgery yet on your patient?
Not yet, but I was just about to.
Hold off one second. I'm going to head down to sickbay. I want to ask the individual something.
All right, Captain, we'll wait for you. Sick bay out.
Away team, hold all preparations for the time being. I'm going to ask for a favor.
You got it, Captain.
Expedition out.
And we'll have Prax enter.
Doctor, how is your patient?
As well as can be expected. As I said, this will take several procedures. We've already begun prepping him for surgery, and he's in a sterile bay, so if you could ask your questions from the airlock, I'd appreciate it.
Very well. Does he have a name?
David. For now, anyway.
She moves up to the airlock.
And the drone is just standing in the middle of it.
David, I am Captain Israel Prax. I have a few things I'd like to ask you.
The drone is just looking at you. You can tell it's listening.
We would like to salvage some components for from the Borg Cube. I was hoping if you would be so kind to help us out on that and move the cube to a safer distance away from the planet. It poses a risk in case the vessel decides to self-destruct.
Borg Directive 002 says all attempts to stop salvage of technology. However, I am not compelled to follow such directive. I will comply with your request.
Do you think you can help my crew down on the Borg Cube to salvage the parts that we are looking for?
I will assist in your command. However, it will still be difficult.
I understand. And I assure you that there will be no harm that will come to you, and the doctor here, I am most positive that he will be able to remove the implants and the ones that are causing you problems.
Blackwell kind of cocks an eyebrow at the captain.
Is there a problem, Doctor?
No, Captain, no problem at all. I'm sure David will be fine.
Maybe you'd like to beam over with David, Doctor, to make sure that he stays healthy.
Well, I don't think David here is in any immediate danger of falling out.
Captain, should I perhaps go back? I could potentially assist with the operation to remove the parts.
Approved, Lieutenant. And I am sorry, Doctor, to interrupt your prep surgery.
It's all right, Captain. He's made it this far. A few more minutes is probably not going to do any more damage.
David, our transporters will beam you back over to the Borg Cube, where you can assist the away team.
And he nods.
Transporter room. Beam David, the Borg drone, as well as Lieutenant Nadan, back over to the coordinates near the away team.
Aye, Captain.
This is another transporter roll.
I'll give this one to you. It's happened so many times before. Anything else on ship before we cut back to...
Cheer up, Doctor. No one's dying today.
That makes it a good day in my book, Captain.
Mine too. And Prax heads back to the bridge.
All right, we'll go to Borg ship. I have the new roles with the assist from the drone list. Any movement of the ship will be free.
So
Okay,
probably
so-
want to move the ship to a safer location.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, let's get it an AU out from the minute or so.
And the Monarch's gonna follow
Cool.
closely to the Borg drone or the Borg cube, in case for emergency beam out.
Sounds good. And you're able to move it to a place that's not going to affect the colony.
sort of
And what kind
grasp
of
his words
task
with.
roles are we looking at here as far as attributes and departments?
I think I'm gonna make all of this daring, and I will basically buy anything you guys can sell me. And do keep in mind, you do have the advantage of a security team or engineering team. Sorry.
Right.
So David cannot be used for any assist. He is lowering all the difficulty,
Okay.
and he requires your assistance basically in order to help him bypass the security measures. You know, like it's a team task of drones. So he's basically telling you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. But you guys are going to sell me on what the rules. That makes sense.
But daring is the attribute you want?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, with daring, Boris is only rolling a 13 for engineering.
I've got 12.
Anybody got like a good daring science or even daring security?
I have good daring security.
Because it seems to me that what we're really trying to do here is remove the security systems around these. I mean, we're ultimately trying to remove the transwarp stuff. So, I mean, the first thing is to remove a force field and then a physical shield, both of which seem to kind of fall under the security rubric. So maybe daring security for the lead for those.
Yeah, I can lead for the first two, if that works for GM.
Yeah. Yeah, you're trying to bypass the security system to disable the force field first. So yeah, it makes sense to me.
So it's difficulty 1, complication 1 for the force field?
No,
No.
it's difficulty 4, complication range 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was reading them backwards.
Yep.
Assists have to be the same traits.
Whatever you guys can sell me on.
Okay.
Probably engineering would make sense too.
Yeah, Boris can roll a 13 on daring engineering. Nadon, what do you got for like daring science or DeGrasse, either one?
I'd have a 14 for daring science.
I would have a 13 for daring science.
If the GM will take it, your 14's a higher assist roll.
GM?
Yep. So how would you be assisting with science?
So specifically, for the force field and things like that. Yeah, I mean, a theoretical understanding of force field mechanics, the computer systems behind keeping something like that operational might help Casey in understanding it even better when he's trying to disarm it.
Sold.
We allow more than one assist or no?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, well, Boris will assist with daring engineering. Because
sounds good.
yeah.
I guess I'll roll then. Okay, I'll generate 1 threat for a dice.
You still got your determination?
Never mind.
Yeah, I do. Oh, does the determination? Can I spend my determination to kill the complication?
You can re-roll the die again.
Yep.
Okay.
But see what everyone else rolls before you really decide.
Yeah. True enough. Whoops, there's Boris's. So there's the 4 we need.
Then we just need Nadon. I think that was everybody, right?
I mean, Coda has a 12.
She could stand there.
That's what Nadon's rolling.
Rolling 13.
Oh, 13. Sorry, I can't add.
There's the Dons. I guess a momentum game and 1 momentum spend to kill the comp.
Yep.
Yeah.
Save the determination for another roll.
And the force field goes down. The drone then instructs you how to deactivate the shielding, the physical shielding, and remove it around the transwarp coil. So that would be the next roll. Daring, and this one would have to be engineering.
All right, I guess Boris will lead. Okay.
What's his daring engineering?
That's true. It's my daring engineering is going to be a 13.
Okay. I'm same.
Okay.
12 here.
Assist.
Electroplasma systems, EPS systems.
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to spin my determination on Boris says it's value challenge fuels excellence. Because this is Borg tech is probably pretty challenging.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm going to spend Boris has a value challenge fuels excellence. I'd like to spend my determination towards that.
Sure.
So that'll give us 2 right off the bat. We need 3. I'm just going to roll 2. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll just roll 2. Okay, so there's 4 on the table.
What's the complication range on this?
Still
2.
2. Okay, perfect. So I'll throw in my assist there.
That's a total of 5.
You said a complication range of 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
No whammies.
Nope.
Just need Nadon's roll. Good enough. Your engineering's a 4 anyway, so you'd still get that.
Oh, whoops. My bad.
So you gain 3 momentum from that. Then it is just the final task of removing the transwarp coil. Probably only 2 people can do this.
Warp core mechanics as a focus.
No.
Need to be engineering, or can it be something else?
This one I'm probably gonna make fitness engineering.
Good God. Okay,
I'm
somebody
at
in security's got to have a better score than I do on that one.
I'm at 12.
I'm at 11.
I'm at 12.
I'm at 10, so I'm out.
Nadine and
So,
I guess.
What about yeah,
Coda.
So I guess the 212s are going to lead on this.
So do
So
you
it's-
want to lead it or do you want me to? I have no focuses that apply at all.
I don't have any focuses that apply. I could spend a determination.
You have determination left and I don't, so it probably
Yeah.
makes sense for you to lead it.
Would you take uphold tradition as a value in Starfleet's tradition of explore,
We
like sort of
absolutely
exploring
can.
at all costs, even at great risk to self, for
no,
knowledge?
no.
Well, remember, it's just a difficulty 1 task.
Oh, is this the difficulty one? Okay. Sorry. I thought this was the super hard one.
And we've got 6 momentum and 1 floating, I think.
All right, then I'm not going to bother with any of that. Complication range still 2?
Still one or one.
Just 1? Awesome.
It's basically just grab the thing and pull it out.
I see.
I'm just
Yeah,
I'm just making sure you guys don't like bang it against the wall.
right. Exactly. Okay.
Do not drop the warp coil.
I'll spend a momentum for a third die.
That would be bad.
You know, dropping a transwarp coil is probably not the best thing for it. Just need Nadine's assist. Fitness engineering. Nadine, you still there?
Yep.
Just need you to assist with the fitness engineering. Yep, there it is. Cool. Gain. Well, you got 3 floating now. I'm just gonna make all of that. Your advantage will be you now know how to get the rest of the stuff you want to get, so that we don't have to roll for it.
Sounds
if that
good.
sounds good with you guys.
So shield matrix, transporter matrix, dispersal matrix, and we're gutting this thing.
Yeah, basically the only thing that you will probably not be able to get, well, I'll tell you, you will not be able to get is the interplecting beacons because it was destroyed.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But in terms of everything else, their weaponry, like some of their torpedoes, you could get some of those.
Take all the matrices.
All those are good.
Probably an alcove for study. Or
Yeah,
two.
I mean, like this. Yeah, this is like the most of the stuff that you could get quickly, because you figure you guys probably gave yourselves your own time limit. So you're not going to be able to pull out the entire weapon system or the entire shield matrix, but you could get small components to step.
Enough
of
to
each of it.
reverse engineer everything.
Yeah, I mean, because you're just going and getting all the scans too. So you got enough that the Corps of Engineers are going to have a field day with this.
Yeah, the idea is not to have the whole take the full Borg Cube, because that could be bad in itself.
So yeah, so anything that we might be able to use at a future episode, we'll create a list.
Oh, I already have a list going in my head right now for potential homebrewed ship talents.
But yeah, so we don't have to do that.
Boris
So
is
as-
already planning the articles he's going to write.
So yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, everything on the Borg Cube is resolved.
Set it on a course of on its own power straight into the sun, and then call it a day.
Yep. And like I said, any movement is free because you got the drone. So he does his thing, and you watch it float harmlessly into the sun.
That's a relief.
And now it's just any unfinished things you guys want to do.
I believe the doctor would like to do something.
Gotta cut me up on the Borg.
I'll retrieve the sample and go to the lab and analyze it while the doctor is probably doing surgery.
All right.
So with the I'll give you kind of what I gave the doctor. If there's anything more specific you want to know, we could roll something for that, but that's the gist of what you'll learn from the sample.
Huh. So is he like a hybrid?
No.
Neat.
So, how many assists are you going to allow for the surgery?
I will allow.
Because both McKinsey and the surgical nurse have surgery.
I will allow 2 assists.
Okay. Somebody want to pick up Doc McKinsey and Nurse Zathikrit?
I can take Mackenzie.
I think this may be Zakithrit's first activation, but I know it's not McKinsey's.
Here, hold on. I'm going to be right back.
Okay. Zathikrit. Okay.
Sila. Just go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is her first activation.
All right. I like this sickbay design, but sometimes it doesn't work as well as I'd like it to. I picked it just because it seems like the kind of sickbay a Monarch would have. I mean, a Sovereign.
All right, I'm back.
All right. So first we're looking at, where is it again? Difficulty 5, control plus medicine or engineering, 30, magnitude 6, resistance 3. I'm assuming this is a different scene from the when we scanned him earlier.
No, it's all in the same thing.
Excellent. So going to, since I did a medicine task on him before and I have practice makes perfect, the next medicine task relating to a patient goes down by 1. So that should take the difficulty down to 4. I'm assuming surgery is a focus. And I'll buy a 3rd die with momentum. Now, hold on a minute before I do that. Actually, I'm going to spend my determination on Hands of a Surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just go ahead and roll the challenge die to see if I get it back. And I do. Hooray. So that's 2 successes already on the table. Then I'll give you 2 momentum for the 3rd die. Difficulty is 5. I'd like to use the sickbay advantage to reduce the resistance.
Okay.
I don't know if that does by 1 or 2, but your call. All right, so here, already got 2 successes on the table with determination. Here's this roll. There's 6. 7. Somebody got Selah. Nice.
Real quick. So 9.
Yep. So we're capped with what? Several floating.
So you got 3 momentum out of that. So I think you're at 7 momentum currently.
Okay, and then it's time for the challenge dice. I think I roll 7.
Yes.
Change my name back. Okay, let's spend a momentum to reroll 2, and let's spend another one for piercing. Since we have a
Real
bunch.
quick, where are we at on resistance?
2.
So if
With
we
the
spend one for-
advantage?
Yeah.
So spending a resistance will bring it down to spending on piercing will bring it down to 0. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 work, which is a breakthrough. And with Surgery Savant, I gain Triumphant, so that should be 2 breakthroughs.
All right, cool. How much work total was that?
7. With either 3 or 4 resistance knocked off of it, depending on how you count the advantage.
Now the next one will be diff 4.
All right. Let me know if that looks right for the next one.
Doesn't practice make perfect come into play here?
That lowered the original difficulty from 5 to 4.
Okay.
And I think we're only doing like 1 roll in EP for a little while.
Yep.
So
1 a week or whatever.
diff 3, work 23. Mag 4. Resistance 3. And I got that written down too. All right. Blackwell and Kinsey and Tethykrit working together as a smoothly functioning surgical team managed to remove several, one large and several smaller implants from David's thoracic cavity, making a good beginning on the long and arduous task of removing all the Borg implants. However, because of the invasive nature of the surgeries, even with modern technology, it is going to take several procedures to allow him to heal between each round of surgery. And I'll report that to the captain.
Yep, that sounds like a perfect explanation there, Doc. All right, is there anything else anyone would like to do before we wrap up?
Prax would just follow up with Admiral Naya on the report of the Borg Cube, and then contact the planet below.
All right, we will do the contact. I think that's the last thing.
Minister.
Captain, I noticed the cube has flown into the sun. Good news, I am assuming?
Yes, indeed. The Borg Cube has been dealt with, and the threat to your colony has been extinguished.
We are in debt to you, Captain.
No need. Though we did take on a Borg drone that supposedly he might be a former member of your colony.
A what?
The Borg drone that's currently on my ship that we are currently helping to deborg him belongs to a member of your species, Minister. He is in belief that this might be his home, or was his home.
How is that possible? We have no record of any of our citizens falling to the Borg.
Did any of them leave and join Starfleet?
They are all
Ah.
accounted for.
Intriguing.
You don't happen to know who this is, do you, Captain?
Not at this time. His memory is fuzzy. Hopefully, in time, though, that might recover.
This brings on more questions, I'm afraid.
It does indeed. Is there anything else you could require, Minister?
Well, obviously, we can't bring a drone down to this planet, but we'll try to learn the identity of this drone.
Much appreciated, Minister. For the time being, he will remain on board my vessel because he'll be going through extensive medical treatments.
I will keep you informed of anything we learn here.
Understood. For the meantime, we'll hang close to the system just in case, as a precaution. And do you require any medical assistance on the surface due to the panic that was possible on your colony?
The reports are just a few minor injuries, nothing our doctors cannot handle. Obviously, we're on a little bit of an edge here with this. But I think we could all take a sigh of relief now, Captain.
Indeed. Well, if there is nothing else, Minister, I bid you good day. We will, if you need anything, we'll remain nearby. Don't hesitate to contact us.
Thank you very much for your assistance in this, Captain.
Good day, Minister.
And I think with that, we will call that the end of Prodigal Son.
Alright, so I guess next session, Ed.
Oh, crap. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I forgot. Back on the...
Ship-wide, please.
Oh, do I still have that sound?
I hope so.
Oh, here it is.
I thought my version was pretty good.
At 1800 hours, I would like all able crew members to please report to the shuttle bay.
Uh-oh, we don't have one of those.
It's
We
okay.
get the row mast. Or that works. Theater of the mind.
Prax is going to do a meritorious mast.
We'll fast forward time to the shuttle bay.
Blackwell looking a little weary after the long surgical procedure, wearing his short-sleeved scrubs uniform top with a V-neck because doctor.
She kind of stands there. Commander DeGrasse, Lieutenant Commander Blackwell, Lieutenant Commander Mora, Lieutenant Casey, and Lieutenant Nadan, could you please step forward? She has a series of essentially black cases.
Awesome.
She walks up to Commander DeGrasse. Commander, on Stardate 54348.9, I hereby award Commander DeGrasse the Medal Decoration of Gallantry for her service and acts in the line of duty at the Battle of Arc 157. She hands him the medal. Congratulations, Commander.
Thank you, Captain. And he'll shake the captain's hand.
She walks up to Lieutenant Commander Mora. Lieutenant Commander Mora, it is my pride and privilege to award you the Quadrant Order of Heroism for your actions down on the surface during the Battle of Arc 157. She shakes his hand, or paw.
Engineering
Captain.
cat.
That's Lieutenant Commander Engineering Cat. Damn it.
Sorry, sir.
Best line ever in that
I know,
session.
right?
She walks over to Blackwell. Lieutenant Commander Blackwell, it's my privilege and honor to award you the Quadrant Order of Heroism for the Battle of Arc 157. Congratulations, Doctor.
Thank you, Captain. I'll shake Prax's hand.
Lieutenant Casey. She walks over. I hereby award you the Medal of the Quadrant Order of Heroism as well for the battles at Arc 157.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor and a privilege.
Likewise, Lieutenant. And finally, to Lieutenant Nadan. Lieutenant Nadan, I hereby award you the Cochrane Medal of Excellence for your distinguished actions
Nice.
during the research team shortly before the battle to help develop the equipment that made the battle victorious. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Thank you, Captain.
She hands the medal off.
It's a great honor.
She kind of stands back. Officers, you're dismissed.
And the room claps for the officer.
Yay!
And with that, we will end Prodigal Son.
Nice.
Cue the throne room music from A New Hope.
That's right, exactly.